Here are the most important points from Darwin on Trial. Johnson approaches neo Darwinism like a courtroom trial, examining the logic, evidence, and underlying assumptions as a lawyer rather than a scientist. He says neo Darwinism isn't primarily supported by research findings, but by an unstated philosophical commitment to materialism. Only matter, energy, and natural causes exist, no intelligent design or supernatural agency allowed. This assumption rigs the rules of science, making Darwinism appear unchallengeable while dismissing alternatives, like design, as unscientific by definition. Johnson argues the theory should be open to scrutiny. The evidence for macroevolution, like large scale change creating new body plans, organs, and species, is weak, circular, or absent, while microevolution, small adaptations within kinds, is overstated as proof of the whole process. Now let's move on to some key scientific critiques. You've heard of survival of the fittest. This means those who survive best survive. Examples include peppered moths or finch beaks that show only minor reversible adaptations, not the creation of new complex structures or body plans. It lacks creative power without intelligence. Mutations, random and mostly neutral. Small changes cannot gradually build irreducibly complex organs. An example is the eye. Large mutations were rejected, leaving no viable mechanism for novelty. Fossil record, Darwin's gravest objection remains. These are gaps, stasis, species unchanged for millions of years, and sudden appearances dominate, not smooth transitions. The Cambrian explosion, where all major animal phyla appear abruptly and living fossils contradict gradualism. Punctuated equilibrium is an ad hoc fix that still fails major transitions. Fact of evolution versus theory. Common descent is treated as undeniable fact via homology, but the mechanism is unproven. Micro is not equal to macro. Relationships can fit design as easily as ancestry. Vertebrate sequence, fish to amphibians to reptiles to birds or mammals to humans, lacks clear intermediates. Claims rely on subjective interpretation of scraps like hominid fossils. Molecular evidence, similarities like DNA confirm shared biochemistry, but do not prove naturalistic descent or mechanism. Molecular clock and neutral theory undermine selection's role. Data shows discontinuities better explained by types and kinds than gradual change. Pre-biological, origin of life. Impossible under Darwinian rules because natural selection requires self-replicating life first. Experiments like the Miller-Urey experiment fail realistic early Earth conditions. All origin theories, RNA world, etc., are speculative with no empirical pathway from chemicals to cells. Philosophical, cultural, and methodological points. Rules of science. Science is artificially limited to naturalistic explanations, per National Academy of Sciences definitions in court cases like Edwards versus Aguillard. Negative arguments against Darwinism are labeled unscientific, while Darwinism is protected from falsification. Darwinism as religion or education functions as a secular creation myth with dogmatic enforcement in schools and textbooks. Evolution being taught as fact with controversies being downplayed. It implies no ultimate purpose morality. Dawkins' Darwin made atheism intellectually fulfilling. Opposes theistic views but reconciles with theistic evolution only by redefining God as irrelevant. Science versus pseudoscience. Darwinism fails Popperian falsifiability tests in practice, anomalies explained away ad hoc. It controls the creation story in culture education, suppressing dissent via rhetoric and career pressure. Darwinism is more philosophy disguised as science than proven fact. The evidence better fits intelligent causation or discrete origins than blind material processes. Johnson's aim: legitimize open debate and theistic perspectives in academia by exposing the bluff. Darwinists know the story is incomplete but presented as settled. The book launched the intelligent design movement by shifting focus from young Earth creationism to critiquing the evidence and methods on scientific philosophical grounds. The book is 200 pages of clear, non-technical analysis with research notes. It remains influential for highlighting how worldview assumptions shape what counts as evidence.